Hi, I'm Alex Hillman, Project and Community Manager at Hunters Entertainment, and welcome to Community Plays. This series will showcase an assortment of Hunters Entertainment games and members of our outstanding community. We'll have a range of one-shots and mini-campaigns where you take control. If you'd like to find out how you can get more engaged with Community Plays directly, be sure to join us on Discord and our Twitch channel. Our moderators in chat will provide you with all the information you need in order to get connected. But now, on to some games.
Hi, I'm Harold Corbett. I'm going to be running Outbreak Undead for the Hunters Community Plays. You can find me at Purple Gorilla. I'm going to be hosting a podcast called The Crass Oubliette. I'm joined by Anne, Di, and community manager Alex Hellman. So, who wants to go first introducing themselves?
Go for it, Di. You're up in the top spot.
All right. Hi, I'm Di. You can find me on Twitter at Dicromaniac. Just hanging out, and yeah, that's really what I've got going on right now.
Let's go with Anne.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ann Pierce. You can find me at _Ann Pierce _ on the socials. I am doing this for Hunters Entertainment. You can also find me over on the Bear Pen. I am a gamer and game writer. So if you want to see any of my work, you can head over to itch.io and look up Inkborn Studio and check out those games as well. And I'm looking forward to dying an undignified death tonight.
Nice. And last but not least, Mr. Hellman.
Hey guys, I am Alex Hillman. I'm sure you know me from around here at Hunters, my work on Rag and Bone and making the games that we put out. You can also find me over on the Bear Pen as well as Anne. Over there I play on a show called Blood on the Bayou. It's a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition campaign set in New Orleans where I am playing a resident Zimissi. And everything's been fine. We're getting ready to kick off our season 2 here actually this Sunday. So if you want to check that out, be sure to drop by. And tonight, looking forward to getting to dip my toes into some Outbreak Undead that I don't have to run. So that's always good.
Yes, I'm very excited to see how you react to this. So tonight we're going to be playing a scenario that was published by Hunters, written by Mr. B. Dave Walters. It is A City Under One Roof, and I just checked, you can still get it. So if you go to huntersentertainment.com /Outbreak Undead and scroll down to the free content Friday and click download, get yourself a copy because it's you'll get to see what I change.
And if you're one of those folks that prefers actual materials in your hands, it is also part of the annual Volume 1, which you can actually get as a print-on-demand option over on DriveThruRPG. So if you need it in book format, you can get it in book format too.
Mm-hmm. So, is everybody ready?
Let's rock and roll.
Okay, so for one reason or another, your characters found yourselves in Seattle, Washington when the end happened. You were there surviving for the first 2 days, luckily enough near the port. So on that end of that second day, you got lucky and found a fishing boat. You have now been traveling north because, well, instant thought was north's cold. Cold freezes biologicals. So why not travel north? So yeah, you've been traveling north for now 3 days. And for starters, I need to know who is piloting the boat, because none of you really know how to pilot the boat. And then who is watching, and if you're not watching, what else are you doing?
I do have a pilot automobile skill. So it's not the
doesn't
same as a
really
boat.
help.
It's not the same as a boat, but
It really depends upon the boats. I mean, some of them handle
True.
sort of like a car, but a lot of
True.
them don't.
Yeah, this one, for the sake of rolling, will not.
okay.
I'm probably doing it. Gary's pretty good at navigating, so I figure if nothing else, he can at least try to plot a decent enough course for them to get to where they're trying to get to, even though he might still struggle with the boat in and of itself.
Mm-hmm. Because of that, you will also be just traveling within eyesight of shore.
Makes a lot of sense.
Mm.
I'm probably going through cataloging all of our supplies, trying to keep things organized and keep everybody on a schedule and on task and very just sort of hyper aware and hyper fixating on everything that I can't control because so much has gone wrong already.
Anxiety-induced OCD. I like it. And Anne, what were you doing? Or I guess Jennifer, what were you doing? You are muted.
Which leads to my question. Do we have any technology? Do I have a phone or anything?
Not on you.
Okay.
But there is some technology in the boat. There's a radio and there is a radar.
Okay, then I would probably be on top of that radar, like glue, and that
Mhm.
radio. And Jennifer's just listening to see if there's any blip, anybody
Ah.
out there sending a message, anything.
First roll
She's
of the
not.
game. I need you to see if you can even turn it on. Can I get you to roll a digital systems, please? It is rolling against a 40.
Where do I find that?
Digital
Oh, I
systems?
found it.
Yep,
I
bottom left.
found it. All right, let's do this. Can I find it?
Hey.
Yes, you definitely do have it on. For the last 3 days, you haven't been noticing anything really coming over the radio, but lately you've been hearing a bit of static.
I'll tune back and forth if it's that type of receiver and see if I can pinpoint the frequencies that the
It's
static is
more
occurring.
channels,
Okay.
but when you hit you notice that while you're flipping through the channels,
Mhm.
the only one that makes any noise at all is the one that you're hearing static on.
Okay. I keep it on that one, but real low because I also don't want anybody else hearing us coming if we can
Mhm.
avoid it. But I keep it super low and I got one ear to it.
Okay. For story's sakes, I will not say that you were able to work the radar because you only
Okay.
got that one success.
Mhm.
So, Alex,
Yes.
I need you to roll a spot listen, please.
Absolutely. I assume with no gear or kit or anything like that applying to this
Nope.
particular role.
Yeah, you technically have both hands fixated on the wheel.
1 degree of success.
You see it. So about 300 yards ahead of you, you see approaching a boat. It seems to be a smaller boat, about the same size as yours, maybe even a little smaller. Like yours has bunks and stuff, but this one obviously would not.
Hey, looks like we got company. And Gary's going to kind of point off into the distance to indicate to the others where he's seeing the boat.
Mm-hmm. You both would be able to see it without issue. But if you want to try to see more, because he did only get the one success, you can try to roll for it.
Yeah, I want to see if I notice anything weird or off about the boat, see anybody on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my concern is if these are if there's live people or not live people on here.
And roll 20, we are already off to a great start. I'm excited.
Woo!
Does everybody have competence points? I see that there's some on my sheet.
Everybody has competence points.
I
Okay.
got 5.
I will warn
I need
you,
one now, though.
this isn't a good time to use them.
This is really early in the session.
Yeah.
This is not worth it.
I don't think I did so good.
Let it
You
ride, Ann.
didn't.
Let it ride.
But that's not that bad. You're not feeling sick yet. We'll get
Cool.
there.
I grabbed my hammer tighter.
So you're not really able to make anything out. But you can tell that he is approaching you now directly. If you're got a keen eye, you can see that he's not heading straight on towards you. He's heading to where he passed by you. About 100 yards goes by, and one more spot. Listen to see if anybody notices anything different. This would be for everybody. You will notice I am a roll heavy GM because I like rolls and how awful they get. Like that. Now you're sick.
So what does that's a lot of red.
That is a catastrophic failure. So while you're gazing off into the horizon, you start to actually feel the motion of the boat. And yeah, it starts to get you a little sick. That's okay though. Gary, you see a guy out on the pier or on the bow, waving his hands. And you think you can hear him shelling, "Hey! Hey!" Brittany, you just see the guy waving his arms.
Hey, at least they're alive. We should probably talk to them, right?
How are our supplies looking?
I mean, we're doing okay. We have about 3 days left of food and water. We can't do this forever, but we have a little bit of time. Fuel, I don't know. Probably another 2 days before we have to stop somewhere.
Hell.
Don't eat the tuna.
I guess we can at least see what the hell's going on. I mean, maybe they got stuff. I don't know. And Gary will kind of start guiding the boat in the direction of the smaller boat, a bit off to the side because he doesn't think that he is competent enough with it to make sure that he'd be able to stop before hitting him directly. So yeah, kind of off to the side just a bit, but in the general direction.
All right. So you continue on your path, and so does he. And when he's about 50 yards away, you hear his engine kick off. And he gets back out on the front of the boat. And he's like, "Hey, where are you guys from?" He seems kind of panicked.
Is he alone?
As far as you can tell.
We're heading up from Washington way.
Washington?
Yeah.
It's like 1,000 miles or something from here. Wait, how long have you guys been traveling?
A long time. And
Shit.
slowly, unfortunately. None of us really know that much about ships.
Yeah. Is it as bad there as it is here?
Well, where's here?
Well, you're in Alaska.
How bad is it?
Well, not great. A couple of days ago, a cruise ship full of them showed up. And, well, when they hit, they scattered.
Oh, geez, I didn't even think of that possibility. That's just horrible. I mean, it's a shit show back in Washington, but we were really hoping that maybe the weather up here might have some kind of effect on these things.
And, Alaska's not really known for a thriving population center.
Yeah, yeah,
Reasonable.
that's true. Uh, we have a few people, but definitely not, you know, any city.
Where are you headed?
Well, I was looking for people like you out here on the water. And as he's talking, he points out into the ocean, and you see a thin black line on the entire horizon everywhere you can see. It's like there's a huge storm coming in, and well, it should be here in about an hour. But if you guys don't have anywhere to go, you should probably just go back to where I'm at, Whittier, Alaska. I don't know if you've heard of it, and he kind of gets a little cocky. He's like, we were on the Discovery Channel.
Were you just out here looking for people? Were you going back there?
Yeah, of course.
Gary's going to start looking at any kind of map that he might have to see if he can try to figure out where the hell this place is.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a search.
All right.
While he's doing that, do either of you want to do anything?
I want to ask this guy a question. Like, didn't you just say you got hit with a cruise ship full of these things and you want to take us back there?
Well, yeah,
You see that there's a problem here, right?
there could be, of course, as traveling through Alaska by in any sort of weather could, because of the monsters. And I'm talking about the bears, the moose. Those things are nastier than those things were. But we haven't seen really any of them during the day in a while, and it's like 6 p.m. It's getting about to where it'd be dusk in around about an hour when the storm hits.
What's your name, friend?
My name's Trapper. I didn't get yours.
Traver?
Trapper.
Trapper.
Yeah, I trap beavers and all that stuff.
Right. I'm Jennifer.
Nice to meet you. He's a big friendly smile.
Are there other people?
Oh,
that
tons.
you've gathered, but
Well,
other people
not
are
that I've
coming?
gathered. But we've got plenty of people back at Whittier. He looks a little defeated. If you guys would have seen the Discovery Channel special, you'd have known we all live in one roof.
I mean, maybe I say to the side to Brittany and Gary, maybe there's other people that we know that ended up there.
I mean, we can't stay on the water with that storm coming in. I mean, I don't know this guy. A giant cruise ship full of zombies in a, what did he say about one roof? I don't know. It sounds, we have nothing but bad choices, and the storm seems worse than the rest of it.
Yeah, I don't know shit about shit when it comes to this boat, so I'm not confident trying to sail through that.
Me neither. I'd rather face a cruise ship full of zombies than that weather.
I mean, worst to worst, right? We wait out the storm and then we keep our boat. We keep going if we have to. But if there's other civilization, other people, I don't know. It's worth checking out.
We're low on
While
supplies
you all
too.
are talking
Yeah.
as well, he hollers over at you. He's like, "Hey, by the way, are any of you armed?" And when you look over, he looks really concerned.
Why do you want to know?
Well, like I said, it's dangerous enough here without those things.
I mean, who isn't armed these days?
He is going to roll and see if you're bullshitting him, or at least detect your motive. Yeah, he's kind of falling for it. So he's like, yeah. Well, if you could use this, use it. And he reaches down into his boot and pulls up his pants a little bit and throws over a 22 pistol. He's like, "That's mine. It's not yours. I want it back. I'll be back there in about an hour. If you guys get there before me, just throw it to my brother Beekman. He's the head of security. It should help you out a little bit. He's kind of an asshole."
Where do you suggest we make port at?
Scary as it is, I'd go for the dock. Luckily enough that that cruise ship didn't take up the entire dock, so there's definitely places to land. That's where I land, at least.
I mean, it'll do. And Gary will pick the pistol up off the deck of the boat and tuck it into his pants and head up to the cabin again to start heading off towards the docks.
Mm-hmm. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Either one of you better with the pistol?
I mean, at least let me take a look at it, make sure it's not, rigged or anything. I mean, or it'll function and not explode in your face.
He'll hand it over.
Yeah, I take it apart, make sure that it's gonna function properly. It's not rusted or anything. How does the pistol look?
When you pop open the slide, you see that it is pristine. He gave you his baby.
All right. Well, I hand it back to Gary.
I mean,
it's.
If you're good with it, I'm more of a rifle guy myself.
I mean, I've got my own and pull out mine. I don't need to.
I can shoot a gun.
He'll pass it off to Jennifer.
All right.
Is this a gun that has a safety?
It is.
I put the safety on and I put it in my back pocket.
Okay. It
My
is,
jeans
yeah,
back pocket.
fairly small. Yeah. It is a compact. So you sail on for about 10 minutes, all the while keeping an eye on the ocean. And you notice, sure enough, every minute that goes past, it gets darker and darker, and that line just grows. After about 10 minutes of sailing, you come across an inlet. And as you're driving past the inlet, you see this large city nestled into the back of it, surrounded by mountains. You would assume that this would be Whittier, Alaska. You see to the right, near the forest, there is a large cruise ship listing to its side, mostly docked in the forest, but still touching the dock. The dock extends for about 200 yards and then comes to a harbor's master's office and a couple of other buildings. On the right of that, you see a rocky beach, and past that, a large lightless building. Behind the harbor master's office, sort of in front of you, you see a large building with a couple of lights on.
How close can we get to the building with the lights, do you think?
That would be parking at the dock, and that would get you within 200, 300 yards.
Is there any movement around the cruise ship?
Can I get some spot searches or spot listens?
Well, yes.
By the way, one of my favorite parts of this game is that you guys combined those two roles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, spot and listen. It's so much nicer. So, Gary, you don't notice anything moving, but you do see the cruise ship, rocking a little bit in the waves, but generally not. But with that roll, you'll also get a little bit more detail since you aren't super close to the area. The rocky beach on the left, you can see that there's seems to be a tunnel that leads from that beach, sort of, up into that lightless building. It looks to be like a car tunnel. On the right, in front of the dock, you see a parking lot. Brittany, you do not see anything moving, and neither do you, Jennifer. But Jennifer, you're not really sick anymore. You're starting to regain your composure.
Once you let it out, you feel better.
Well, it looks calm enough. Let's see about getting this docked. And Gary's going to start bringing the boat in as close as he feels comfortable bringing it in towards the dock. I'm sure he's not going to be able to get it all the way up there without being worried about either damaging the ship or the dock itself. Not that he's concerned about the dock.
Well, when you get close to the dock, you see that it's lined with those bumpers.
Fuck it.
Navigate. Navigate, please, and we'll see how bad this goes. Because when I ask for it, it normally goes awful.
Oh no!
Damn it! You take it in just fine.
Gary, you're getting good at this.
It's almost like you knew what you were doing.
I mean, we've been doing it for a couple weeks now. Like, I'm starting to get a feel for this big beast.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna shove some of the cans of food, anything that might look useful from the ship into my backpack.
Same. I'll help with that.
Okay. Both of you, to determine how useful this is going to be, I'm going to have you choose odds or evens.
Oh, I pick odds.
Odds as well.
Not that useful. Okay. So you did get some cans of food. You did surprisingly find some fruit cocktail, because that's a big thing on boats. Because, you know, if you're out there for any amount of time, you need vitamin C. But that's about it. Peas, carrots, fruit cocktail.
It's food.
It's food is food. So, parked at the dock, in front of you, leading up to the building, is this large spanning parking lot filled with cars. It's not chock-a-block filled, but there's quite a few more cars than you would have thought. Seems every other space almost. To the right, about 200 yards away from you as well, there is the cruise ship listing to its side and the beginning of the forest. That extends from in front of you and from in front of the cruise ship all the way up to that building. So that's a huge parking lot. To the left, you see a harbor's master's office, a hardware store, and a library.
You said there was like a tunnel?
There is, but that is on the opposite side of the city.
Oh, okay.
What is the condition of the cars?
They look pretty clean.
Okay. There hasn't been like a zombie riot or anything.
Not that you can tell.
Okay. How good at you guys are at running?
I mean, I'm not the worst at it.
From here, how far is the door to the building with the lights on?
250 yards, roundabout.
We can make that if we stick together.
How dark? How close? How dark is it?
It is now about 45 minutes until dusk, so still fairly light.
He said that they only came out at night, mostly. We can make that. Shouldn't be before they start coming out, right?
And it does seem pretty calm out there.
It does. The parking lot you said was pretty dense.
Yes, there are cars littering it.
Is there a way to pick out a path with the least amount of cars? Jennifer's afraid that there's something under a car or hiding in a car. She wants to avoid as many cars as she can.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll a spot listen, please.
Okay, because the last two went so good.
Yep.
Come on, roll 20.
Yes. um. What
Pass is
bad
best.
happens? Yeah. What bad happens while you're just looking at stuff? Maybe you slip, almost fall into the water.
I had that backpack on that we just filled with a bunch of cans because we couldn't find anything else. Yeah, as I'm standing at the edge of the boat trying to look over to see if any of those cars are separated enough to get 3 people through, I just slip on the deck and ass in the water.
Mm. With the clothes that you're wearing, it's not gonna cause you issues yet,
Great.
but they'll get there.
Great.
For
Very undignified.
reference, it's about 45 degrees. The water is like 30.
Yeah, my jeans are wet. My tush and my shoes. It's not cute.
So
That's a
what's
lot of
the
red.
plans?
Well, now that Jennifer's left the boat, Gary's
Not
gonna
intentionally.
Gary's gonna go ahead and hop out onto the dock.
I'm gonna follow and lean down and offer Jennifer a hand to help her up.
Thanks. It's slippery on the watch out for the
And once he's out on the dock, Gary's gonna go ahead and actually pull out his claw hammer and just have it in hand as they start making their way across the dock and towards the rest of the structures.
Oh no. The gun was in my back pocket.
Hey, luckily enough, guns are pretty waterproof, even bullets.
I pull out the gun and check it.
As far as you can tell, it's pretty nice. Still a little damp, but moving the action and everything seems to be working pretty well.
Cool. I take off the safety and follow closely behind Gary.
Hmm.
I'll take up the rear. I've also got my gun out, ready, trying to keep an eye out for anything.
Mm-hmm. So Gary, you're the leader of the pack.
Sounds
Where
like
are
it.
you leading them to?
I don't know if we actually made a full decision on which of the buildings. So we'll probably discuss that as we go. So which one of these do we want to check out first? Because it looks like we beat what's his nuts back.
I mean,
Did
I
you
think we could go to the building with the lights on before it gets dark and the storm rolls in.
Did
It's
he say? Did he say?
I mean, he wasn't real specific about it. He just told us really where to dock and that he'd be in about an hour.
Damn it.
I don't really feel like standing out on the dock exposed like this for the next hour. Well,
No.
a little less at this point, but you know.
Lights, I guess. Lights.
Lights means people.
I hope.
Let's just hope people don't mean problems. And Gary's going to go ahead and start walking his way towards the building with lights.
Hey, so the way that I do crossing large areas is navigation.
Cool.
So Gary will roll this, and Jennifer and Brittany can add their successes.
Ugh.
So
Finally failed a nav check.
Okay, so you're down to 1. Okay, so you're 1 failure. That's not bad.
I
not
am
bad.
useless.
So, I guess a good question to ask then. Do you go by the Knox theorem or by the book theorem when it comes to spending competency points here? Do I need to spend 2 or 1 to fix this?
You would only have to spend 1, but like I said, it's not that bad.
It's not
You're
that
still
bad,
moving
but
forward.
I want to go with a little bit more expediency. I'm willing to go ahead and toss 1 of my competency points out for this.
1 spent. Woo! Can I get some pluses in the chat?
Woo!
Yeah.
Use that competence. Use that competence.
You will soon.
Oh my god.
I guess we could also discuss, do we want to let chat buy us communal competency points? It is an option in our little tool.
Hey, if
That's up to you, the GM, though. I don't want to throw off the balancing of your scenario if you don't want to have them buying stuff. For
Oh,
us.
if they want to buy it, you might need it.
All right, chat.
Cool,
Hook us up.
cool.
help us
Cool.
survive.
Alex, you will have to let me know when they do add. To
Yeah, I'll
yours.
keep an eye on it.
Okay. So
Actually, pull up a little doc here so I can record those as they come in.
your success has earned you moving about 50 yards through this parking lot unobstructed. While you're doing so, though, I need everyone to roll a spot listen.
Keep away from the cars, guys.
These would be individual.
That's better, yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My chat did something very, very weird in roll 20.
Mm-hmm.
Happens.
Yes. Okay.
I'll take that 1 degree of failure. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. From about, let's say 30 or 40 yards ahead of you, you hear maybe something blowing in the wind, maybe movement. And then Brittany, you don't hear it at all.
It's coming from ahead.
Directly ahead of you, between you and the building.
Is there any other objects of any kind between us and the building?
There are cars.
Gary's going to kind of pause for a second, holding a hand up, and he's going to kneel down and just kind of look under the nearest car that he could potentially use to position between himself and where he thinks the noise is coming from. And as long as it appears clear underneath of the car, he'll go ahead and actually get down a little low and kind of move up to the car and position up against it and wave the rest over.
With that roll, absolutely it's clear.
I almost run into Jennifer because I'm kind of not paying the greatest attention with that 1 degree of failure. But I don't quite hit her. I stop beforehand and kind of reorient myself and duck down to where Gary is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm ducked as well. What if I see Gary looking under the cars, I'm going to look under as well.
Mm-hmm. You see the same clear undersides as he did. Hint, you needed some extra.
Yes. Maybe we don't go straight ahead. Maybe we zigzag a little. Either we run and go, as fast as we can, as straight as we can, or we zigzag a little on the way up.
Gary's going to wait for a second, then eventually kind of lean up and kind of start scanning over the hood of the car and just trying to see if he can notice anything further out there.
Well, I need Gary to roll a dodge.
Can do.
Oh no.
Before I do that, since I haven't spent all of my Gestalt yet, I'm going to raise that a little bit. That wasn't the greatest raise roll. I've still got a couple more left. Let's raise that one more time. That's better. All right, it's not the best score in the world that he has, but it's better than nothing.
We'll see. You do. You hear something.
I'm glad I raised
Whistle.
that too. I would have failed otherwise.
Yeah, you would. So as you lean up, you stand up a little bit more quickly than you were intending, and you hear something whiz past you and strike the car behind you, now setting off that car alarm. Ma, 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 ma.
What was the object?
You didn't see it. It was moving too quickly.
Gary's going to drop down to the ground at that point.
I would want to start just booking it, just like want to go towards the lights and get out of there.
We've been spotted, right? Clearly.
By something.
Something came at us.
So, I mean, our cover is blown. So I just start screaming, Trapper sent us. Just in case.
That's a good move. It's not the worst.
It's not the worst.
Well, from behind a couple more vehicles, this one to your right, like let's say right in front of you, like right and in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So off to the caddy. 3 o'clock? No, 3 o'clock's yeah.
Yeah, 3 o'clock.
Yeah. So off to that side, you see a van, and behind it, another truck, and from behind there, you hear. That's it.
I whispered to Gary because I don't remember what was Trapper's brother's name.
Shit, I don't remember.
Oh, Beekman. His name is Beekman.
Beekman. So I yell out, Beekman! Beekman, your brother sent us. Trapper sent us up the river. That sounded wrong.
Gary's going to start trying to slowly and quietly, while staying low, maneuver in through the cars and start trying to make his way towards where the laughing was coming from.
I need Gary to roll a navigate, and I need Jennifer to roll a persuade.
Persuade. Looking for persuade.
I believe it's middle left hand in the trained. Mm-hmm.
I know the alphabet. It's totally fine.
It's about on par.
Yes. So you yell that at him, and you hear the laughter get louder. And I'm going to take care of Gary real quick because this is important.
It's going to be fine.
Well, fine.
Gary, you go to round the van, and you didn't quite see it, but you trip on, looking down at your feet, a tripwire.
No.
So we're going to get into intent here. I need to know, I'm going to go from Gary down. So Gary, Jennifer, and Brittany. I need to know some intents.
So
we'll start with Gary.
I assume that tripwire was probably based on the fact that we're out in the parking lot running between two cars, would be my assumption.
That is correct.
He is going to dart forward and try to dive over the hood of whatever car would then be up in front, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming that if there's something that's going to go off, it's either going to go off in the space between the two cars or generally around the two cars that the wire was connected.
For your information, because you would know this, that wire was taut and it did not move when you hit it.
Fair. So probably more than just a tripwire, like literally a tripwire.
Literally a tripwire, yes.
Okay.
You could assume, at very least.
Well, then he's just gonna grin and bear the fact that he just face planted, and he's gonna kind of crawl his way over to the next car up, and just kind of press up against it, making sure that
Towards
he's
the
still
tower or towards the laughter?
heading towards the laughter.
Okay. So for that, I'm going to need you to, let's do 2 speed.
Okay.
And you're just trying to, actually, you're just basically holding, aren't you? If you're not really doing anything.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. So just roll a hold.
And do you want those speed exploding or not?
Well, the way that I do holds is basically if you pass the hold, you get to act this turn. If not, you're just like a drone crawling on the ground.
Okay.
But then you get to go whenever, and I'll let you roll. Nice. So you do get to roll. So hold. And then Jennifer, what are you planning on?
My intention is to not get us killed before we even get into this building.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try and win over the person that I think is Trapper's brother. And
Mhm.
I'm just going to keep yelling things out that I think he'd like we have peas. Trapper gave me his gun to prove that we're with him.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Just 1 speed and roll a persuade. And Britt, you just saw Gary trip over a wire, and seeing him trip over it, you can see the wire because it's only like 10 feet in front of you.
Okay. Have I heard this creepy laughter too?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure with my failure spot listen if I'd heard it. So I'm going to actually raise my gun up in the direction of the laughter because I don't like it at all. And I'm just gonna let and I'm gonna sort of keep backing away towards where Gary is to try and help him back up off the ground.
That is moving forward towards the left.
Forward.
Okay. So you can go ahead and roll a hold as well. Jennifer, I do need 1d6.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
How many speed
these-
dice do you want for me?
with hold, it's none.
It's not okay.
Yeah.
We got 0. Hold.
Okay, you are unfortunately skipped for this turn.
Cool.
And then
Pop on the ground.
it's doing this. Okay. It's not great, but it's not awful for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, and then 2 things that you didn't know were there. Oh no. Okay.
It's fine.
Love the oh no. That's good.
It's fine.
That's good.
That's not the greatest thing ever. Oh no.
I'm gonna die in this parking lot
Well,
Yeah,
we'll
you are.
see.
with wet pants.
And if that happens, that's that and that. Okay.
How did I wouldn't know he didn't like peas. How would I know that?
It's not exactly what happens. So
Okay.
we're gonna do Jennifer first, unless Gary would like to jump in and go first.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Cool.
Jennifer,
Yeah.
what awful things are you yelling at this guy?
We have
Probably both things that you said.
both things we said. He
Yeah.
gave us the gun to prove that it's him, and we have peas.
While it was laughing, you hear him die down very quiet when you mention that you have a gun. But you do hear a chuckle from the bees.
Can I react to that?
Sure.
I put the gun back in my pocket. It was nice knowing you guys. I stand up and I show both my hands.
Okay. We'll get to that. So now, Gary, it is either your turn or an enemy's turn.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Seeing Jennifer stand up with her arms raised, Gary's gonna quick bound up and double back and try to just tackle her to the ground.
Roll
Screaming,
a
"Get
grapple,
the fuck
please.
down!"
She's not worth saving.
Yes, roll a grapple, please.
She's not worth saving.
Jennifer's going to get you all killed.
We will see.
Gary wasn't a football player, so we'll see how this goes. Swing and a miss.
It's not horrible. Let's say you just bounce off a car.
Oh, no.
So now there are 2 cars with alarms going off.
If we get the hell out of here, this is a great distraction.
Yeah, could be.
Like a beacon for everything that's out there.
Exactly. As long as
Could
we're
be.
not here, that might be okay.
Yeah, but we're right here. Oh,
We are.
So it's the enemy 1 turn.
Enemy 1.
Enemy 1. From
Cool.
inside the van in front of you, you see some movement. And then you see the door fly off the hinges as a zombie steps out. That is that guy's turn. It's not going to move because that was quite a bit. Now we are going to enemy 2. From towards the docks, you hear and the first car that you set off, so behind you technically, shifts about 1.5 feet. And you see above it, well, technically behind it, something hairless. You're not quite sure what it is, but it's not wearing clothing. Then it's his turn. So, on top, you see this van shake. Like something big landed on the back of it. And then standing up, you see, have you seen Silent Hill?
The movie or the game?
Either. The
Yeah.
Same character, really. You see a man resembling Pyramid Head, but without the big pyramid. He's wearing a leather mask, and he's just like, "You're mine." And he leaps off of the car and cleaves the big thing that moved that car next to you in half. Straight. They're mine. Okay, second round of intent.
Running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say that's a good idea. We're going to start with Brittany first.
Okay, Brittany, running.
Hey, so to run, I'm going to have you roll 2 speed dice
to
and a navigate.
All right. Are those exploding on that speed?
I'd say probably, yeah, because you are now panicked.
Gotcha. There's my roll 20.
Yeah.
There we go.
So
That's for those of you watching at home, that's 5 degrees of failure.
A critical failure.
So excited.
Wow.
Okay. Jennifer, what are you doing?
I'd like to take the hammer out and just start running.
Mm-hmm. Okay, same thing. 2 speed and navigation.
Is that a D6?
The 2 speed are 2d6, yes.
Yes.
And they explode when they hit 6.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Or
nice.
not.
No, that's super nice.
That's
What are you
good.
talking about?
You want to roll with speed dice.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
super good.
okay.
Almost as good as you could have possibly done.
That's awesome.
Okay. Yeah, running.
And Gary.
Running.
Yes.
I will get a checkout here for you.
Nice. Okay. And okay, and they were and okay. If that happens, I need to roll one more thing. Oh no, it's only that one. Okay. Okay. That's not awful. Okay. So we are starting with Jennifer. You are running with 1 failure. Are you going to try to mitigate that failure with a competence point, or you're just going to take it and move a little bit slower?
Tell me how that works.
So you could burn 1 competence point to make that 1 failure a success and have no negatives.
I feel like this is an imperative. So yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay, burn your 1 competence point, taking you down to 4. And you
Dookie.
are now moving quickly, just bounding through this parking lot.
Motivated.
You get about 50 yards away from these 2 cars. Okay, now we are on the enemy number 1. The zombie shuffles out and just starts headbutting the car that was going off.
Mm.
You start to see some blood dripping down it. It's not fresh. It's just like ichor. Yeah, that's a good word for it. Not blood. So now we are on Gary. 1 success.
Leaving it at that too. Just booking it.
Okay, you are caught up with Jennifer. And now we are on the bad. So I need to do a roll real quick because something really, really not great happened. Yeah, I don't have to roll for it. So let's narrate this.
I have some ideas about what happened to me.
Let's hear it. Let's.
So I've got my gun out. I am trying to move forward and run, and I've got my backpack on. I trip over that same tripwire that took Gary down, and I absolutely face plant. My 22 goes skidding out of my hand underneath a car, 2-3 cars up and away. And so that's on the ground away from me. My backpack flips up over my head, breaks, sending the cans of food rolling out under the cars as well, and it is just making a terrible amount of noise. I'm weaponless, I'm foodless, and I probably skinned my knee a little bit. Not a huge amount of damage, but I'm torn up. I've got a bloody knee.
Yeah, not a huge amount of damage quite yet. Because when it gets to his turn, he shuffles across in the van,
Mm-hmm.
slowly walks up to you and is like, "Ooh, candy!" and brings down the machete and slices you in half.
Nice.
So that is one character down.
Goodbye, Brittany. I loved you.
So go ahead and pick your second and send me a whisper, and
Mhm.
we will introduce them shortly.
Sounds lovely. I'm into it.
So from about 30, 40 yards behind you, you hear a clatter. Ooh, candy. And then not even a scream.
Gonna continue running then for sure.
Yeah, no, more running.
Not
Yep.
even looking back. Not
Nope.
even looking back.
Okay, one more. You guys are technically out of initiative, so give me some just navigate rolls by themselves. Mm-hmm.
This tracks.
Navigating. It's something Gary can do.
He can move in lines that he knows.
So how much competence can you
You could burn them all if you wanted to, but I warn you that's probably not a great idea. Because this is just, you guys just had a taste of your first combat. Just a little bitty taste.
what does it take for me to not die in this parking lot?
You wouldn't die from this roll. No.
No?
You've got a head start, and he's busy picking up candy.
Okay, cool then. Running.
I just got a gift.
Ooh.
Some nice purple galaxy dice.
Ooh, very lovely.
Those are nice. Mm-hmm. Works for me. Okay. So, how did you fall? Because you definitely fell. You probably took at least a d6 worth of damage as well.
Um,
That's fine. You're Jennifer. You've got. Oh no, that's not great. I didn't know how low her damage threshold was.
where do I take my damage?
It would just be off to the side unless it goes past that 4. Because that is a super low damage threshold.
I was just write it on one of the health point lines. Jot the numbers down on there until I take a damage point.
Mm-hmm. So, I will go ahead and roll that d6 for you. No, I won't. You roll it.
Okay. Okay.
We're just gonna leave that under the table. There you go. That's much better than my roll. So you definitely do take an injury. Slipping, probably a bone injury. So you're gonna take a difficulty on your rolls now. I've just added it.
Okay.
I'm gonna mark your injury, and let's do fractured wrist.
Great. Yeah. Running. Yeah.
Can you tell me high or low? And this will be either left or right.
Hi.
High. That is high. You get to choose.
Left.
Okay. Not too bad. I'm not going to take down your damage threshold because I think that's low enough. When you start looking at the other characters, you'll see why.
Okay.
So you are moving a fair amount through the parking lot. And you hear from the library about, let's say 30 yards to your right, somebody yelling over. What does that somebody say?
Um.
That is to our dead person.
Oh. Oh.
So you hear a sort of gruff, deeper male voice yelling, "Hey, hey, over here!" I'm waving for you to come over quickly to where I'm standing.
Can you describe what Tom looks like?
So Tom is probably he looks to be maybe in his early 40s. It's kind of hard to tell with the weather up here. And so it's he's got sort of shaggy brown hair, sort of an unkempt beard. It looks like maybe he did try to take care of it, but with the way days have been going so far, kind of fell to the wayside along with everything else. He's got a well-worn padded jacket on. He's a little bit heavier set, but looks to be, he's got one of those like kind of friendly, open faces.
Okay. Do you both run over to this
Yes.
random man?
Yes. Jennifer is in a mode to take directions. So yes, she will run there.
Yeah, Gary will follow along with as well because this guy looks less psychotic than the one back in the parking lot. So
Yes. Are any of you going to look back?
no,
Oh no. Nope, nope.
Okay. Okay.
you keep your
Nope.
eyes on where you're running, not where you've been.
Correct.
Let me see something then. Okay. That's good. Good. So you get into the are you leading him into the building?
Yeah. I want to try and like usher them into the building and provide some sort of shelter, refuge from the candy store outside.
I like how you put that. So as you get into the library, you see that Tom has sort of moved a couple of the shelves to block the windows, because he's been here for about a day, not quite really seeing anybody because of reasons you'll find out in the future. And but he has seen this maniac walking around, and Tom explains that to you, and that it's better to just try to avoid him because you were watching the whole thing and you noticed that big thing that hit the car was an infected bear. And he cleaved it in half with one blow. So he is kind of a badass
Oh.
in a really awful way.
Oh.
This is not an enemy of my enemy is my friend type of situation.
No. This is a steamroller that'll take out everything in its sight. If you look out the window, he is currently bringing the machete up and down on something that you can't quite make out, but there is one less zombie in the world.
Can we see out the window?
You can. Out of the door is a window that is double pane glass.
So you think that was Trapper's brother or not?
No.
I fucking hope not.
Because we could be in trouble. Who are you? To
Oh.
Tom.
My name's Tom. I've been hiding out here. It's that guy. I mean, every small town's got one dude that's just a little off. And after the cruise ship happened, he just kind of got further off. We just avoid him, is I guess all I can say about it. But what about you guys? What were you all the way up here?
Wishful thinking that was clearly us having our heads up our asses.
I don't answer Tom. I'm actually looking out the window and seeing if I can see any sign of Brittany. It's morbid curiosity, but I'm just looking. I know she's gone, but I don't want to believe she's gone.
You can't, but you also don't see him anymore.
That's spooky.
He's sneaky.
So a question about Tom's hideout. Is
Mhm.
it a does this building connect to anything anywhere? Or is it just a
As far as you know, at the very moment, no. But there's
Okay.
a door in the basement that you haven't been able to open.
All right.
Are you here by yourself? Where's
Yeah.
everybody else?
There's people, I guess, hopefully, still in the main city. I got stuck out here between the city and that guy. Haven't really felt like making a mad dash for rest of humanity. Seems safer here for the time being until I run out of food.
I'm confused. To Gary, was he lying to us?
Hell if I know.
I guess it doesn't matter. We're here now.
And about this time, you hear dun, 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 on the wall. And that's where we're going to take our break. Hi, everybody. I'm your neighborhood GM, Purple Gorilla 1 or Harold. And I'm joined tonight with Anne, Di, and Alex. We're playing some Outbreak Undead if you're just joining us. And we've already had one death. Excited about that.
It was glorious.
That's Outbreak for you.
All right. Well, right before the break, you were running away from a large, crazed individual, meeting up with your newfound teammate, Tom, and trying to figure out what's going on when you hear a knocking on the wall outside of the library.
Is this an exterior wall or an interior wall?
Exterior wall.
Is there a door or just a wall?
On that side, there is just a wall.
Has this place got a back door, Tom?
Does this place have a back?
It does.
Yeah, it's got a back door. I mean, I've barricaded it so get some sleep. But yeah, we can take it down, try and get out. There's also I haven't been able to open it, but there's a hatch in the basement. I don't know what's down there. Could be anything, but it's an option if you want.
I mean that might be underground tunnels. I know up here in Alaska they tend to connect buildings underground for when there's really nasty weather. So
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm thinking it is. But yeah, that I don't know what's down there.
Is it like bomb shelter hatch or is it just, tornado shelter hatch?
It's more actually like a door than a hatch.
Okay.
But it's a big, thick metal door.
What's
Anybody
on the
got
other
a
side of that
flashlight?
wall? Oh no. No, I don't think. I got a
well,
hammer.
Nah, I wasn't able to grab one before I got stuck out here. Didn't plan to be out after dark.
I mean, odds are going to be pretty low of finding anything useful because I imagine anyone in this town's already scoured this building. But Gary's going to start kind of walking around the interior of the library, just opening desk drawers and things like that, just looking around, trying to see if there's anything even remotely useful still left in here.
Mm-hmm. If you want to take a quick turn to search, everybody can do that. Tom, you can have an extra success because you have been here already.
All right. So,
Mhm.
all right.
Remember,
so that
though,
put me at 2.
don't take too much time.
Right.
You definitely, dang.
Mhm.
So
Gary.
you were just looking through the drawers and stuff that you hadn't already checked. And you do find another first aid kit
Oh.
and some 22 rounds.
Just for everybody
Gary.
playing the home game, I rolled a freaking 2.
Yes, he did. So Gary, you find and you're not quite sure why Tommy didn't find it yet, but you're feeling around everything. You're looking through the desks, and under one of the desks, you pull out a sawed-off shotgun.
Any ammo in it?
There are rounds in the was it the barrel thing? I
So
don't
it's
know what
already
it's
got
actually
2
called.
loaded in it?
It's not a double barrel.
Not a double barrel, single barrel. Okay.
Yeah, it's a pump action sawed-off.
Okay, and he will actually pop out each of the shells to find out a total count that he has before.
That would be an 8 capacity, sir.
Perfect. He's going to load them all back in.
And you will now find that in your journal.
Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right.
Yeah, you see Gary pull a gun out like a shotgun. You're like, I already looked there.
Well, this should
It's
help.
kind of big. Yeah, that helps a lot.
Right now, are there any lights on in the library?
There are.
Okay, so the building has power.
Yes. Even in the basement, there are lights. And they are, well, I don't know. Tom, did you turn on or off the light when you left the basement?
Yeah, I would have tried to spare whatever generator that we're using. Especially if it has any sort of heating element to try and like keep the building warm.
Mm.
And sort of lessen the drain using electric power.
It is a nice toasty 65 degrees in this building.
I asked Tom, is there a radio or a CB? I'm sure the phone's not working, but is there anything?
Nah, not in the library. I don't have a way to get a hold of anybody. If I did, I would have called them and try and get out of here past that maniac.
Have you seen anyone else?
Not for a few days. Came out for a scavenging mission. Tried to make it back and couldn't.
What about the people on the boat, the cruise ship?
There's no people on that boat. Not people anymore, at least.
You hear the knocking grow
yeah.
a bit louder.
What is the wall made out of?
Boom, boom, boom. It is corrugated steel and concrete.
Is the pounding moving along the wall at all, or is it staying?
As far as you can tell, it is moving a bit towards the front, but fairly slowly.
Whatever that is, it's moving. Are there any other windows?
Only to the front and to the back. There's a small window in the back door, and then there's the window in the front door, and then the 2 windows on each side.
Can I look out one of the front windows, try and like look off to the side to see like where it's coming, but like kind of try and be stealthy about it?
Yeah, you can't really see anything from the front.
Okay.
You can tell it's like 5 feet off the corner.
Okay.
Is it sound like multiple booms or is it just like a single boom, boom?
Just one.
Maybe it's that bear thing.
Gary's gonna go ahead and head over to the tunnel entrance.
Okay, so you're going downstairs.
Yeah.
Gary,
I'll-
wait.
I'll go with him and show him the door. Like, this is the door. Can't get it
Are
open.
you going as well, Jennifer, or are you going to stay upstairs?
No, if Gary's leaving, I'm not staying up there by myself. Heck
Makes
no.
sense.
Split
So-
the party. Split the party.
Yeah.
Always goes so well in horror movies.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
time.
So you all go downstairs and you notice, well, Tom leads you up to this big door and you can see that it is definitely a pretty solid door. And you can see a single deadbolt. The key is on your side.
All right. He's gonna undo the bolt and
Oh, it's a
Pull the-
deadbolt.
all right. Yeah, he'll undo that and
How?
like this is the side that would need a key to
Yes.
open it. Gotcha. Okay. I
You can
reversed that in my
try.
head.
It will be a use of your multi-tool.
Might as well give that a shot.
Okay, so what I'm gonna
Keep
have
a
you
lookout.
roll here
Okay.
is let's do a skill that you're okay enough at, and let's do a search. This will have 2 degrees of difficulty though,
Okay.
because you've not really broken into a door before, especially with a knife.
And I do have training value in tools, so I need to keep that in mind.
Yes, and I think nope, no multiplier. It's multi-tool.
Ah, dang. Never mind.
But I will have you roll a depletion as well.
Okay. Depletion. Add that on. Kit's not gonna matter since there is no multiplier on it.
Oh, there you go.
Rolled another 2. Suck it. Oh
And
no,
you
wrong
didn't
one.
break
Sorry.
it.
Haha, it didn't scroll down for me. Okay, 26. That makes more sense.
Hey, it's
still
a pass,
Still,
but
still
you
a
didn't
success.
break it. That's what I was worried about. Is that you were going to break it. So you successfully shove your multi-tool in and turn it and open the door.
And when he does the open, it's gonna be a quick movement. So he's gonna quick pull it open and immediately release the door and levy the shotgun at whatever is inside.
Pure darkness.
Splendid.
About this time, you hear beating on the front door. And it does not sound nice. You hear creaking. Like these are heavy hits.
Let's go. Let's go, 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 go.
Can I
go,
get
go.
a spot listen real quick for anybody who
Mhm.
wants to look for
Yeah.
maybe if there's a light switch to
That
the
was going
tunnel?
to be my question: is if I'm familiar with the tunnel system, would I know where the lights would possibly be?
Not
No.
quite.
Nope.
It is hard to see. But Gary got lucky enough that he was just like fumbling on both sides of the doorway and flicked the light switch on. And you see the tunnel light up in front of you for about 100 yards, and then it veers to the right. Or, sorry, left.
Yeah, based on this roll, thank you, roll 20. I feel like I'm just having some blind fear, panic, and I just run straight in there, just not looking where I'm going, away from the sound.
Ah, fucking hell. At least there's lights, and Gary's going to go ahead and step in and motion to Tom to follow. And once Tom's inside, he'll pull the door shut.
As you're pulling the door shut, you hear the front door explode in.
Good timing. Does the locking mechanism inside the tunnel side of it require a key or anything like that, or can it just be
No,
bolted
it does
back?
not. It is a latch.
All right, he's gonna slap the latch after the door shut and quickly start making his way through the tunnels to try to catch up to Jennifer, running senselessly off into the depths.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I look quickly back around to make sure that Gary's locking the door behind us, and I'm staying in the middle trying to catch up to Jennifer.
Mm-hmm. So Jennifer, I assume that you're just running. You're muted, but do you stop when the lights turn on?
Um, so it doesn't light up the whole hallway, right? Like there's an edge of darkness.
There is not that you can see.
Oh,
They turned on this string of lights that go as far as you can see to the left turn in the hall or tunnel.
yeah, I go for maybe a minute or two before I realize I don't know where I'm going, and I just collapse against the wall and just start hyper ventilating and just yeah.
Okay, I'd say that's maybe 75 feet into or 75 yards into the 100 yards. You were booking it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, panic. Flight mode.
Okay. One more spot listen, and then I will let them catch up to you.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Hyperventilating, leaning up against the wall, trying to decide how much further I can run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nope. Mm. And what about that Tom? Nope. Hey.
This is the new area. I'm going to go ahead and spend one of my 4 remaining competency to pop mine into a single degree of success.
That works. So you hear a couple of thuds back at the door, but they seem kind of muffled. But then you hear also from around the corner. You're not quite sure how far because you're in a tunnel, echoes. But you hear some wet footsteps.
Okay.
And then you catch up with Jennifer.
Can I attempt to use my calm other to try and like calm her down and try and help her
Absolutely can.
composure?
Yeah, absolutely can.
All right, I want to spend one of my competency points to try and be a
That
nice
works.
person and uh just kind of put one hand on her shoulder and no, it's listen, I know it's a lot. It's been a lot for a week. I don't know, but that thing that's out there, it's not going to get in here. We got in the tunnels. We can get back to whatever's left of civilization. We got to hold on just a little bit longer.
There's no windows. There's no windows. There's no way out.
Yeah, but there's no way in. It's
Oh.
okay. It's safe in here. Or safer.
I grab the handle of my hammer. I'm holding it like white knuckle tight. Okay. You've been down here before. You know what's down here.
Yeah, I mean, not recently, but yeah, I know these tunnels. We
What?
use them a lot.
Oh. I'm just staring at a spot on the wall, just holding myself up against the wall, just focusing on a little speck of concrete.
Mm-hmm. She definitely has helped you compose yourself, though. So you
Breathing
wouldn't
back.
take any minuses for anything.
Okay.
Well,
What next?
besides your injured wrist. um. So, as you're talking, you hear those footsteps that Gary heard. Everybody can sort of kind of hear them now. Feel
Look, we're not alone down here. Let's get moving before this gets bad. And Gary's gonna continue down the rest of the way down the hallway. He's actually gonna press up close to the left wall of the hallway, so that way as he gets up to the turn, he can kind of stay at the corner and just do a small lean around to get an idea of what's down the next hall.
Mm-hmm. Are you staying in a pack with him, Tom and Jennifer?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you get to the end of the hall, you peek around the corner and you see a zombie. It doesn't seem to be walking towards you anymore, but it looks like it's just walking into the wall.
About how far
Um,
down the hallway?
About 25 feet.
25 feet. Okay.
Like when you say walking into the wall, is it just kind of like bouncing off the wall back and
Yes.
forth, or
Like a Zumba
Yeah.
that got stuck?
Like a Roomba that got stuck.
Yeah, okay.
okay?
About this time though, when you reach the
Aw.
corner, the door flies open
No.
and you hear, "You didn't think you'd get away from me that easily, did ya?" Looking down the hall, you see him standing there, crouching in the doorway, because he's like 7.5 feet tall, and the doorway is only like 5, 6.
Gary's gonna quick slip around the corner. His shotgun, as he comes around the corner, is going into his left hand as he grabs his claw hammer in his right, and he's gonna quickly move up to the zombie and try to smack it into the head.
Okay. We'll let you do that roll, and then we'll get into intent after that.
Right.
Yeah, because that's going to trigger my intent.
Yep.
Not suck at this. Come on.
Ooh.
This is the first real combat roll. Oh, let me double check. Do I have?
Yeah, hammer is 2 speed, no damage yet.
Yep.
But you don't need your
checking.
speed.
I don't have bludgeon. That sucks.
Nope.
All right. Cool. So no kit bonus, and here we go. Lovely. We are going to. Hey, I still got a few left. I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 competence to make that a single success.
All right, that takes you down to what, 1?
Yep.
Nice. So with the hammer, you can use your bash to do a damage against it. These do explode, as you well know.
Roll it.
Dang, that's not bad.
Not too shabby on a single die.
He rolled damn near max for everybody watching.
Yeah, didn't quite get the explode, but
Hey.
good enough.
Okay. And so now we are into intent. Since Gary went, we're going to start with Jennifer and then go Tom and then Gary. So Jennifer, what are you doing? Running?
Yeah, well, I see Gary start to try and bludgeon this zombie that's up against the wall. I think she's gonna snap and rage scream and just come at that thing with her hammer with the full intent of just beating the back of its head open. Just,
All right.
just snap.
Okay, so that is 2 speed dice, and you're going to roll against your blunt.
Let's see.
Jennifer does not have the bludgeoning.
And I'm sorry, what was the second one?
Blunt skill
Blunt.
check.
Blunt.
Yeah, for your skill check, the one that you upgraded. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Y'all, if you could see the red. Oh.
You are our lucky winner. I think that's your 3rd critical failure tonight,
Yeah.
and the only 3 critical failures rolled in the game so far.
Rage screaming never really did anybody any
That's
good.
a
I
hat
guess.
trick. Everybody, throw your hats.
So none of them competency points is going to help me very much.
Well, at very least one will keep you from something very bad.
I'm going to spend one.
I'll let you spend one. So, in this game, it's really nice because it's a collaborative story. So I'm going to have you narrate out your failures, and if there's anything that I feel you're lacking on or anything, I'll just help you out.
Great. Yeah, rage scream, barbarian yell
Actually,
coming down the hallway.
sorry.
Yes.
That's my fault. We're not there yet.
Oh, that's everyone's needs to do that.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. And you rolled the 2d7 for
Yeah, so
speed. Okay. And then Tom, sorry.
No, that's okay. We all got excited about the failure.
We'll let her think about how she
Excited.
fails.
All right, so Tom is going to. He's got his multi-tool. It's really all he's got. He's got it flipped open to the knife part, and he's going to. I guess he's just going to kind of hold and sort of face towards where the giant dude is coming and try to hold off while Gary and Jennifer are taking care of that one zombie and just sort of backing away down the tunnel towards them.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and roll your hold.
All right. Okay. 2 degrees of failure. It's not too bad.
You can spend your competence
could.
points to go this turn, or else remember you're skipped.
No. Good. Yeah.
It's up to you. I think you got 4 left.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's spend that 2.
Okay.
oof.
Change that to a hold. And Gary.
So when Jennifer comes running into the hallway with her rage scream and tries to what I assume is going to be looking like a just wildly flailing swing essentially at the zombie here, Gary's going to just try to actually kind of grab her by the arm and redirect her and just kind of force her down the hallway.
Okay. Let's do the grapple then. And let's do, since she had just over a full speed, let's do 1 speed for that.
Okay. Oh, come on. Yes.
Nice. That is pretty good.
Oh, all right.
Of course, your
Hey.
failures still need to get resolved. Like that doesn't change
True.
anything in that regard.
True.
Yeah, not that bad.
That just means I probably won't accidentally hit you with the hammer too. So
Or hit the zombie in the mouth with your forearm.
right.
Oh.
Okay, so if Tom is not going to go first, it is going to be Gary.
So yeah,
Tom?
as Jennifer gets into the hallway, then I kind of just grab a hold and, rather than letting her take that swing, just kind of try to force her past me further down into the hallway, and he's just gonna say, "Run!"
Okay. Now it is going to be Jennifer, unless Tom wants to jump in. Or are you still waiting for Mr. Man?
I don't want to get in the middle of what's happening with the shotgun and the hammer. It looks very seems like if I put myself in the middle of it, things are just going to go really wrong. So I'm going to stay out of it until I know where that's going to go.
Jennifer.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, I'm about to take out every frustration I've ever had in the last 3 weeks out on this zombie, and Gary grabs me by the collar and throws me up against the wall. I hit the back of my head on the wall, and I hit force, and my arms go too, and I hit that broken wrist up against the concrete wall, and it is painful. And I drop my hammer. And just stars and like blinding white pain.
I would take that for 4. That's pretty good. So you're going to hit your head for 2 damage. And then you're going to hit your arm for a compound fracture.
Nice. That's going to hurt.
Yeah. To act next turn, I'm going to have you roll a resist pain, and I have now moved your difficulty to 2.
Fabulous.
Your arm's not falling off yet, so I'm not gonna have you lose one of your precious damage threshold points because you don't have many. I may not be the not so friendly neighborhood GM, but I'm not mean. Okay. So it is now that guy's turn, and he is going to just slow walk like Michael Myers. He gets a little over halfway, and then the Mamby doesn't actually attack anybody, luckily enough. I think, honestly, when Gary threw Jennifer a little bit, you like hip checked the zombie and it fell, luckily enough, onto Jennifer's hammer and headshot itself.
Sure.
One zombie down. First kill of the game. Yeah. A little bit of background knowledge for everybody. This guy is the One Big Monster, the slasher, written by none other than Alex.
Nice.
Oh, we haven't even seen the nasty stuff that thing can do yet either. That means so. All right.
Nope.
One shot a zombie bear. That's pretty awful.
Yeah.
It gets worse.
A lot worse. Chris actually yelled at me a little bit. He was like, "This might be too mean of a thing that you've made." And I
It's
was like,
just mean enough.
like, we'll see how it goes. So, all right.
I'll tell you. Hey, Chris, I love it. Keep it.
So, yeah, Gary's just gonna, yell again, "Run, motherfuckers!" And he's gonna start taking off down the hallway himself.
Yes, you are all now technically out of intent.
Okay. Do we have like a couple minutes where I can sort of look at Jennifer's wrist and back of her head and maybe try to do like a quick bandage or splint or something on it?
You can try, but that means I get to roll for stuff. Pick your poison. Run blindly into the who knows, or wait for something to catch up to you.
I take my hand away from my head. I don't know. Do I see blood?
You do see a tiny bit, but not very much at all.
I think I'm okay for now. Oh, I feel nauseous.
Yeah, you're gonna feel a little nauseous. We gotta get somewhere a little safer, and then yeah, I'll take a look at you and try and patch you up. But we gotta keep running.
I do need Jennifer to roll that resist pain now, please.
Okie dokie. Just the resist pain.
Yes.
She's a very soft girl.
Well,
Honey, no.
At this point, we can tell who Roll20 has picked for the evening.
yeah, that's a critical
I-
failure on the resist pain.
Like almost
99,
couldn't be worse.
y'all.
Almost couldn't be worse.
Nine.
So I need you to
Oh,
roll
man.
a. Can you? I get you to roll a 1d5 for me, please, because there are 5 really bad things that I could have happen.
D5. There's a D4. There's a D6.
If you type /roll d5, it will let you.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's /roll and then space 1d5.
Oh, I've never done that before. I'm learning new things, you guys.
Okay,
That worked. That was cool.
that's super not bad. So you are not rendered unconscious.
Great. I
Um,
might throw up a little bit.
You probably do throw up a little bit, but that was actually the best out of everything. So I'm not even gonna have you roll a composure. You are composed. You are just in an immense amount of pain and feeling it. So
Tom is gonna try and like put an arm like sort of around her and let her like lean on him and try and like move her forward while she's sort of sputtering and slightly vomiting and not with it.
mhm.
Is the room spinning for you guys? I'm just checking.
Yeah,
Oh.
the don't worry about the room. It's okay. It's all right. It'll stop eventually. It's all right.
I'm looking for Tom. Are there 3 of you?
Sure.
Great. Running.
Okay. So one more navigation with whoever's leading taking the first roll.
Yeah.
Probably gonna be Gary again.
Yeah.
And then you two are just helping him. So your failures will not hinder the progress.
And that's navigation, right?
Yes.
Do I need any speed dice for right now?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Not technically an intent. Last hour, people. Things are gonna be
God.
ramping up.
Whew! Made
my
that by the
goodness.
skin of my teeth.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I helped a little.
That
Yay.
is pretty good.
I did not.
So, that first one, I'll tell you, for a little bit of back knowledge for me, that first success was going to get you through to the other end of the hallway. And then the second is now going to be that I don't roll for introducing the new hallway.
Oh, jeez.
That's good stuff. That's really good stuff.
No more zombies for right now.
Yeah, no more zombies for this moment.
Oh, geez.
just a psychopath. That's it's fine though.
So you get to the hall end of this hallway, and you see that it goes right or left. There are no markers. I will let Tom roll a navigation for this.
I was thinking the same thing. Thank you.
Because you are, yeah, nice.
I rolled 15.
Yes,
Rolled
you did.
1 degree of success. So that's something.
But you
Something.
know, without the signs, which way's which. So
Nice.
you know that to the left is to the military compound, and to the right is
Mhm.
back to the tower.
Hmm.
All right, guys, we gotta go right. Right's gonna take us back home.
I'm trusting the local. Gary is gonna just go right.
All 3 Toms said to go right, so that's what we're doing.
You let me know if the Toms start arguing.
Unfortunately, only 2 out of 3 Toms said to go to the right.
That's my new favorite hashtag. 2 out of 3 Toms. Oh, okay. So you move a bit further now, and you can see that there's been signs of struggles near, like here, like blood on the walls, and no bodies though, not yet. But you do see some bullet holes in the walls and a few shell casings.
I'm gonna take that as a good sign, actually.
They've
Not a bad one.
No, that's a good sign. That means there's people probably using the tunnels, killing zombies, and disposing of the corpses. That is, at least that's what I'm telling myself to feel better about this situation.
Yes.
The blood on the walls, is it people blood or Ickary zombie blood?
You can see that it is a mix of both.
Great.
Or could just be old people blood. We're not quite sure yet.
Mm.
Or zesty marinara. Just tell
not
yourself.
elderly. Not elderly people blood.
Right. No,
I
I understood what you meant. Yeah.
See, and this is what I'm
Ew.
talking about. Like, I do things seriously, but I like to have fun.
Well, I mean, you just got to have the right mindset for Outbreak. If you're good with your certain demise, it can be a blast.
Yes. So you get to a door. This door has scratches all over it, but it is another large, heavy door like you exited.
Gary is immediately going to get up to it and just start banging on it with the hand that he has the hammer in and screaming, "Open the fucking door! Open the fucking door!"
Is that the consensus?
Is there a lock or a doorknob or
would there be like a special like series of knocks that would let the people on the other side know it's a human? Like I knock out shave and a haircut so that they know that it's a person with
I'd say
intent.
just generally, yeah.
Yeah. So they know that's not like just mindless zombies running into it.
Yeah, it's pretty hard for a zombie to knock shave and a haircut.
I was hoping the vocalization would have let them know that it was a
Yeah,
person.
Right. About this time, though, you hear from the other end of the hallway. There's no one there. And he's actually going to roll a intimidation against you all. Okay. So you are all now literally shitting your pants.
Great.
His intimidate is 85.
Oh.
I rolled 11. So that is a full 5. Full fat 5.
Yeah, there's no way I could roll a composure to beat that.
I mean, we can try to reduce it. That's all I'm
Yeah.
hoping for at this point. So
Yeah.
You can.
not gonna happen for me.
Where is composure?
Composure is a
Uh,
basic skill check
All right.
on the left-hand side.
I'm gonna spend 4 of my gestalt and raise that real quick. 6, 8, 12, 8. Yeah, 6. Yeah, 3 sixes is 18. So I'm gonna add 6 plus 18 because I can do math is 24. So add
Mhm.
24 here.
That's a fucking really good gestalt roll.
Yeah, no, it's 2 sixes. Let's see. And I still failed. I rolled an 86
Oh,
against a 55, even with
roll
all that.
20.
Well,
Oh, you
both
know
did.
irony so
Yep.
damn well. That's
Jennifer
so good.
and Tom rolled 86. It just wasn't as awful for Tom.
That's amazing.
yeah, it,
Really awful.
That is pretty good. So
Can't
I
can't
I
accuse
definitely
roll 20
wanna
of not
know.
having comedic timing. That's
yeah, right.
it knows what the people want.
Yeah.
spend that many on you. Okay, did
Yeah,
nothing
fine.
for you.
Jennifer, how
Yeah.
awful is that?
It's pretty freaking awful because I'm pretty sure he's already eaten Brittany. So I am
You would
petrified.
absolutely assume that. Yeah.
Frozen in space, like completely, utterly possum frozen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about Tom?
Tom is still gonna try and he's his eyes are glued onto the maniac coming towards him, but he's gonna try and kick the door with his foot a little bit to try and get anybody's attention while he's just sort of standing there petrified of this guy. His hands are shaking. The multi-tool he was holding slips out of his hand because he just can't hold on to it anymore.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Gary, are you just being that much more frantic?
It's heavily triggered his flight response, so he's actually going to slam the hammer down into his coat pocket and quickly levy the shotgun at the locking mechanism of the door and just try to blow the locking mechanism out with a shot.
Okay. I will take that. Roll it.
And destroying his ears in the process because we're in a
Oh,
confined,
everyone's.
yeah, a nice tight confined tunnel with echo. Yeah.
Yeah. For that, I will need everybody to roll a resist pain. Because no matter if he hits it or not, it's going off.
There's the shot. And the resist pay.
So that everybody knows, there were no failures under 2.
It's fine.
Fine.
In the words of the author of this scenario, everything's fine.
Fine.
Thank you, B. Dave.
But in fact, this is not.
Can I do a thing?
You can try. Let's do it.
I'm going to take the gun out of my back jeans pocket and just blank stare, just try and shoot at this thing's head. Thoughts are gone. We're done with thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
They have not served me. I'm just gonna try and shoot it in the head.
Just take action.
Yes.
Not served
I
me.
will say that you guys are all pretty much deaf.
Sure, doesn't matter to me anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's nothing.
All that means is no follow-up resist pain checks. Whatever.
Didn't need
It's
my
good
dick
outlook.
anyway.
What must I do?
So you're going to roll a pistol check.
Mhm.
And a 22 pistol is just like a shotgun, no initial damage. Oh my god.
Jesus.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse.
So remember we said like 99 was probably like the worstest it could be? This is 100.
Woo!
I have never seen so many little red dots.
Oh, that's why I love running this game on Roll20.
I mean, hot.
So maybe you
So-
didn't check it enough
No.
when you
I
fell
did
into
not.
the
I'm
water.
crying, you guys. Like there's tears. There. Oh.
Maybe it blows up in your hand.
My one good hand.
I forgot.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
What
yeah.
one good hand? I believe you're mistaken.
So yeah, it's
Um,
gonna blow up.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I got
Oh,
wet.
that's
Sure.
super lucky. You take 1 damage.
Okay. Great. So I know only. Well, I.
Congratulations on
handless.
dropping it fast enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Oh my god.
We're also down a pistol.
We are also now down a pistol.
We don't have anything.
Hey, there's a shotgun. It works, just not in somebody's hands.
Mm-mm.
It works if you actually point it at the thing that you're trying to shoot instead of just freaking out and pulling the trigger wildly.
Hold on. Did we deafen this guy? I mean, if we're all deaf, I'm assuming he maybe had.
To be
That's a
fair,
good
does he need to
question.
hear to walk down a hallway and kill us?
No, but
I'm
it
just-
could help our stealthiness if we manage to escape this
That's
rock
fair.
in a hard place.
I mean, it
Pyramid
could
head in a
messes up
hard
his
place.
equilibrium.
But
Yeah.
let's be realistic. While he might not hear where we're going, we're not going to hear the zombie around the corner that we run into.
We're not.
Let's just be
Oh.
honest about this.
No, and even
It
as
did
like glitch
affect
sprite as
him.
these zombies
It
are,
did affect him.
we're such bait.
Oh, God.
It did affect him.
Oh my god.
Might
Okay.
not be deaf or
Okay.
nearly as injured with his ears as you, but it did affect
Great.
We did something, guys.
him.
We made his
Oh.
ears ring.
Gonna have to go for the doctor for that. Tinnitus.
Oh.
We'll
Oh,
never hear
jeez.
that frequency again.
Ever again.
Okay.
Is it hot in here?
So
I
let
thought
me
you
see if
said this was a horror.
well, I mean, if it wasn't all funny rolls, it would be pretty scary.
I just love that Roll20 was like, yeah, go ahead and get all your good rolls out in the beginning. It'll be fine.
It lured us into a false sense of security.
Oh, hey, man, you guys are so good at RP. So
Yeah.
a few moments go by, and he's just lumbering at you. His mouth is open. You can't hear it.
Mm.
It's for the best.
And we will now get into intent.
I'm happy not hearing this guy's maniacal laugh. Like it's
Cackle.
good. Yeah.
So we
I'm-
are going to start with Gary.
Taking another shot at the locking mechanism.
Okay. go
Hopefully
ahead and
this
roll
time
that.
actually pointing the gun at the locking mechanism.
Yeah, no kidding.
I assume that at this
Jennifer.
point we do need speed dice, though, right?
Yes, yes, this is speed. Jennifer.
Yeah, what the heck is my intent? How much of my hand is left?
It barely gotcha. Basically, um, when you were checking the slide, you didn't see it all the way, and so when you fired, it just shot off and sliced your hand a little bit.
I'm gonna try it again.
You try to find the slide.
I'm gonna try and shoot him again. Is there more ammo?
There is,
Oh.
but the gun doesn't work without the slide.
Oh, it came off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
I'll
which
chuck it at him.
which shotgun shells do I actually have in this thing? Is it buckshot,
That's a good roll.
tungsten?
It'd probably be buckshot. Yeah.
Okay.
So, are you looking for the slide?
No, I think there's not enough time for that. I think there's too much panic for that.
Throw some bullets at him.
I mean, I might just chuck the gun at him.
Throw is a viable attack.
So yeah, I will chuck the gun at him.
Okay, so I need you to do 2 speed,
Okay.
and you're keeping your difficulty, but you're going to roll a throw.
Okay. Throw. Sorry. Looking for. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, throws a trained skill.
So that's a 94.
You got. If
Why
this
am I
were-
still alive?
If this
Well,
weren't
we'll see
a
if you are.
percentile game,
Right. Any other game, I'd be killing it.
Yeah, Tom.
Except, yeah. So no, that happens.
Yeah, Tom.
Tom is going to reach down, kind of fumble around, try and find the multi-tool, and try to hopefully not get in the way of the shotgun, but try to use the multi-tool to also help like unlock the door or fiddle with some sort of mechanism to try and get it open with his multi-tool if he can find it.
So I'll let you roll a search just outright.
Okay.
Outside of intent. And if you find it or not will determine your intent.
Cool. My search is a 30.
Nope.
I don't find it. Okay. Does that change my intent, or does that turn my turn into a hold?
You can do either.
I feel so useless. You know what I'm gonna do? Tom is gonna say fuck it, and he is going to run towards the maniac and try to be a distraction. He's gonna toss his backpack on the ground with his first aid kits and stuff on the floor by Gary and Jennifer, and say, all right guys, you gotta keep going, good luck, and just bolt off towards him.
Okay.
Wow.
So I guess that'd be 2 speed and a navigation.
2
See if you
speed and
slip.
navigation. Let's do it.
It is a wet floor. You might slip. Or you might find the slide with your foot.
Ooh,
Slip on that.
I would be okay with that. 2 speed, navigation. You know what? I am actually going to spend my last 2 competency points on that one.
Okay. Both of them or just the one?
I didn't really expect to live after this, to be completely honest. Running headfirst towards the homicidal maniac did not seem Like a good
I mean,
retirement
who
plan.
knows?
All
You
right,
don't
let's just
know.
do the one. Let's just do the one. Let's just do the one. See what happens.
Okay.
Have a little hope.
So we are to these guys, and I need them to do theirs. Okay. Okay, so fuck. It is Gary's turn.
Gonna trigger the headshot effect for 5 damage dice against the door lock.
Do it to it. Damage is
Interesting.
broken when you roll it by itself on the dice.
Oh, is it?
I thought you might have known that.
No one's reported that one to me.
Okay, so there you go.
Up
Yep,
here
no, you have to roll it with a skill.
with a skill check. Okay, fine.
Yep.
I'll just zing zing zing. That's fascinating. I did not know that.
It's crazy, isn't it? So that is a lot of damage.
16 damage, and it's mortal. So I forget if I put defense on the slasher, but if he has it, it doesn't account.
Oh, I thought you were shooting the door.
Oh yeah, sorry, door.
I was like, what?
Forgot about it. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. It's fine.
So
It's
yes, you blow the door open.
Oh.
Standing behind the door are 3 zombies.
Yes. That's exactly what I wanted.
Okay, so now it is Tom. Tom, the door behind you has just exploded, and you hear, "Oh God!"
Well, I'm
The
keeping
cool
with
thing
my
is-
original intent, I guess. I mean, I gotta run somewhere. Can't run towards them. I guess I'm just gonna run back towards the maniac and
Can't beat him, eat him.
yeah, run back towards the maniac, and hopefully he's more distracted by the zombies.
Okay, so with your 1 success, I will allow you to spend it on either a dodge action on your next turn, just free,
Okay.
or running past him.
I want to run past him.
Run past him. Okay.
Yep.
Good. So, as you get past him, how far are you running past him? Maybe 5 feet?
Yeah, I don't want to get too far away from Gary and Jennifer, but yeah, 5-10 feet at the most.
Okay. That gets you fairly close to the T.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say within 20 feet, and you hear coming from the T. You're not sure which side it's on, but you can't really see too far past the T because that's where the lights start shutting off.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I need to roll for that guy because he was just introduced. I put not yet next to his name. Okay, and his speed is going to be late. That's not fucking late. What the shit? 4 speed dice. You want to guess what he rolled?
4.
A 4.
Not that bad. A solid 12.
Oh, that's impressive.
So that leads us to 2 of the zombies. While they're trying to get through the door after it blows wide open, you actually technically incapacitated one. I'm going to take some of your damage from your attack onto that guy because he was standing right in your blast radius, and he is missing his shoulder.
That's how we do it.
Okay, so that guy is just getting up on that turn. And then the other one is going to clamber through and punch you. Zombie punch doesn't do too much damage. It lands you 4.
All right. That's fine.
And then we are on Jennifer with her 5 failures. Throwing a gun.
Yeah. So
I'll let you know there could be some really interesting things that happen with this.
well, yeah. But now that I've seen that door open behind me, man.
Mhm.
So I feel like I'm just gonna like throw the gun.
Mhm.
Tom's backpack is nearby.
Yes.
So what I'd like to do is pick up Tom's backpack. So I've got mine on my back. I want to put Tom's on my front and use it like a shield and run through the remaining zombie down the hallway.
At the door is 3 zombies, and then the guy isn't technically a zombie.
Well, you said one was punching Gary,
Uh-huh.
one was missing a shoulder,
Uh-huh.
and that leaves one sort of unoccupied
Yes, on the stairwell up in the door.
past the door. Yeah, that's the way I'd go.
Diving in head first, you will take some damage, but this is where it's going to get interesting. Where did you throw the gun?
Just at the guy coming at us down the hallway, scary candy
Okay.
guy.
So when you threw it, you did make it to him, but he hit it with his machete,
Oh no.
and it set off a couple of the bullets.
Oh no.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things in front of him. Let's roll
no.
2d6. Well, they both hit the same thing. I need you 3 to pick a number between 1 and 6. Can't pick the same number.
3.
4.
2.
And it misses all of you. It hits a zombie.
Oh.
That zombie with the missing shoulder is now dead. See, bad things can be not awful.
That was the best 5 degrees of failure I've ever seen.
You're welcome.
Okay, so now it is the other zombie, and he is going to do some nastiness because you just ran straight at him.
Just terrified rabbit run.
Yes, pretty much. So it is going to. Oh no.
Oh
Okay.
yes.
It's going to land a bite attack
Yep.
for double your damage threshold.
Oh, how does that work?
Well, you are unconscious
Great.
while he is now munching all over you.
Sweet.
And that literally puts you at 1 HP.
Hot.
So you're not quite dead,
Mostly dead.
but I wouldn't say it's a bad idea to pick a character.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Jeez.
Understood.
Okay. You may or may not get introduced. We'll get there. But the guy is going to now start sprinting at Gary
Oh, Gary.
because he saw more candy and you ran off with it. And Gary's standing in your way. So Gary, he gets to you, and luckily enough, he didn't have the 3 degrees of success, which you know is bad.
Indeed.
You got 2 degrees of success, which is okay enough.
I mean, it won't
7
be. I was
damage.
like, it won't be pleasant, but
Yeah.
all right. So that's going to be 1 health point down.
So he is going to,
I'm guessing like a flesh wound or something like that, since he's got like
yeah,
that machete.
brings it up and sinks it into your shoulder. And that is his turn. And then the thing is going to round the corner at Tom.
Yep.
Tom, as soon as you see this, you know it's not good
Mm-mm.
because this is a semi hairless bear. It is dripping flesh off of it, so it's currently losing its hair. And it is going to make its attack against you.
Okay.
Fuck. Oh no! Roll20 does not like you.
Oh,
Never
no.
has.
Okay. So I said fuck because it exploded once. Then I got upset because it exploded again. So you just took 14 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm unconscious. My threshold
That is
6. So yeah.
unconscious. It swings and bats you against the wall.
No.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So I am going to put this on your two's names because you do have a chance to come back to the world of the aware. Okay. So now we are at the top of the initiative, and we're going to start with Gary because he's the only one that can move right now.
So after getting machete down into his shoulder, Gary's just going to kind of. I mean, he's already pretty much deaf, so he's going to go ahead and tip the shotgun back to roughly where the head would be and just pull the trigger.
Nice. I like that. Make your roll, please.
Now let's see if roll 20 likes that.
Yeah, right.
I am going to go ahead and spend my last competency point to go ahead and turn that into a success.
I would say that's a fair deal. Can I get you 2 speed?
Ah, yes. Forgot about those.
Or I guess it's 3.
Ba-doop-boop.
8. Nice. That is pretty good. Okay. So they're going to make their rolls. And while they are doing that, I need you two to roll composures. Okay. Thank God it's not on him. I'll say one of those is a 1 that I just rolled.
Oh no.
Hey, Tom's awake.
Hey! Oh, I forgot to clear my speed dice. All right. But yes, I'm away.
Jennifer,
I would like to, can I spend a competency point?
you can. There's a
seems like a good
reason I
time.
call them saving graces, and this is why.
I'm going to do that.
Okay, so you are no longer Skipated. Let me note down these rolls really quickly. And then I will get your intense. Sorry. This is intense.
Are intense.
And then he is. And then he was. Okay, something bad's happening, but okay. Intense. Let's start with Tom.
So first thing, I'm assuming I have like a massive head injury or some type of thing going on with me being slammed against the wall by a giant zombie.
Yes. Let's say that your injury or your double injury, your aggravated injury was a concussion.
Cool.
So you're going to take a -2 to your just 2 difficulty dice.
Cool. Okay, and then that dropped my damage threshold to a negative, added -2 there, so I'm at a 2 damage threshold now.
No.
Nope, leave that as it was. Okay.
Yeah, leave your damage threshold at
Okay.
the 6.
Cool. So I am. All right. Hit by the bear. I'm against the wall. I've got. Okay. Here's a thought. What are the lights like in the tunnel? Are they light bulbs like screwed in? Are they on like strings of wires? What do I have in the environment I can use?
Generally, I was going to give this to you, but generally they are screwed in.
All right. I want to take my elbow and try and like get up and smash one of the light bulbs
Mhm.
and try and get like a large enough piece of glass that I can like wrap around like in the sleeve of my jacket, pull that over my hand, and then take a piece of glass and try to use that as an improvised weapon and just slash at the bear with this shard of glass that I've made.
I will give this to you and say that they are fluorescent tubes.
Ooh, even better. So yeah. So I can use like a tube, like with a jagged edge, sort of stab at it.
How are we gonna do this? Because
I know. Sorry.
no, you're fine. What we can do is I can have you technically do 2 rolls.
Okay.
So the first one is going to be a brawl to break the glass, or blunt. No, it wouldn't be blunt because you're not using a weapon; you're using your arm. So yeah, brawl.
Brawl. Okay.
And that will be, let's say, 2 speed because you've got to get up.
Yep.
And then for your next action, I'm going to have you add 2 more speed. So you're rolling 4 speed on a brawl.
Okay, so I've got my 2 difficulty dice and then 2 speed on the brawl, and then like 2, and then 4 speed dice on the brawl, or just speed?
4 speed dice on the brawl, and I'll actually count your brawl roll towards your attack.
Okay. All right, 2 difficulty, 4 speed, brawl. Let's do this.
Hey!
I rolled an 8.
That is so good.
Nice.
So happy about
Nice.
that. Nice.
And I thought that 4 speed was going to keep you out of the fight.
Same.
So Jennifer, you are awake and you are very, very injured.
Not having a good time. If I went unconscious and hit the floor, what I'd like to do is try and
get the zombie off of you.
I'm going to try and roll try and roll them off of me while trying to hit another zombie on the way out. So I'm going to try and bowling pin one zombie with the other zombie that's on top of me.
Okay. You have some gestalt left. You could either put it into brawl or jump, because that's what I'm gonna make you roll.
Brawl.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and help you level that all the way up. So do 5d6 for me, please.
5d6. Whoops.
Damn.
Is that a good
now
thing?
roll 20 likes you.
Okay.
So your brawl is now a 57.
Oh, good Lord. Going bowling. I saw green.
Nice. So I do need you to roll. Let's do 3d6 for that, for your speed.
Okay. Nope, that's not as good.
That's okay.
Mm.
I
But
mean,
I'll
it makes
tell
sense
you-
with what you're doing, especially too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
It
not trying
does.
to get far.
So the zombie that was eating you, no, it's not the zombie that was eating you. It's the zombie that was attacking Gary is going first, and he take goes to take a swing, and he just punches the wall and breaks his arm.
Oh.
Because he hit real hard, just not where he wanted to. And then we are at Gary with his 1 success.
I'm gonna go ahead and make damage here.
Yep, your whole 1 damage.
Well, it does have the deadly quality on the buckshot, so it's 2.
Oh. That
8.
is enough to injure him. So that is this. And you blew a chunk out of his shoulder.
Surprise, motherfucker! I mean, I'm still gonna
Okay.
die, but surprise!
I mean, yeah, probably. So now we are to the zombear. And when no, you haven't done it yet. So it thought it hit you a lot less than it did. So it's just sniffing the ground in front of it. Okay, and that's its stupid ass. Then here comes the boom. He's not happy that you shot him. And so he's gonna do it. And you know he's gonna do it too. Look at his face.
That is some hype right there.
So he takes Gary and spins him around, and you can kind of hear this. He goes, "You almost had me," and just brings his machete up and slices you from collarbone down. And you are now dead, sir.
Booyah!
Okay, and then that will bring us to the Zombiezi, who is going to try to take a chunk out of Jennifer. And he does that with a bit of success. He does 3 damage to you. So you are, I believe, on 1 single damage left. You are a bloodied mess.
Yeah, not cute.
So that happens, and then we are on to the last 2 of our game, Tom and Jennifer. Tom, you are going first with 2 successes.
Okay. So this is where I wanted to attack the bear with my makeshift fluorescent light bulb tube weapon.
Yes. So I will let you spend each success for a damage.
Okay, so 2 damage die.
That is correct.
Let's roll this and see what happens. Why is it not? Oh, it won't just let me do it. Fine. Fine.
Yeah. That is decent.
Nice. With a broken glass fluorescent tube, I have 7, and so I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, you stab it right in the face.
Yes.
Nice.
That's what's up.
ichor starts filling up the tube.
Oh,
Ugh.
lovely. Lovely.
And Jennifer,
Mhm.
one success to roll down the stairs.
Tuck and roll.
You absolutely do, and I will let you distribute a damage dice. So throw it out.
And that is a D6.
It is a d6, and it does explode.
Mm. Oh,
Ah, speak of the devil, it exploded. Let's see it again.
okay. That's a 10
Not
total.
bad. You, as this zombie is just munching on you, you roll, and the weight of the 2 bags and your body just crush this zombie against one of the stairs, and its head splits open.
Oh, yeah.
And from up the stairs, you hear a door open. Say, "Hello? Is anybody down there?" And that's our game.
Oh!
Thanks for joining, everybody.